Good morning everyone, this is Dave here from davestravelpages.com and this is day 17 of my bike tour around Greece. Today I've got two options. I can do one day of 80 kilometres wild camp and then carry on the following day to Delphi, or I can do one monster day of about 120 kilometres with just over 2,000 metres of elevation gain to get all the way to Delphi in one go. To do that, a lot would need to go in my favour, so let's see what happens. Here we go. Just leaving my accommodation now, and the first main climb of the day is going to be 500 metres up over 10 kilometres. How quickly I do that and how strong I feel afterwards is probably going to be a deciding factor on if I can get to Delphi today or not. Theoretically it's possible, but I'll probably be a complete wreck when I get there. And a sign saying tea house. I could be in the pool. I think I've got about 200 metres to the end of the first peak of the day. The time's doing pretty well. It's much better to hit these early on in the day than later on, which is why I chose to stop where I did last night. It's past a hotel that I stopped by at a couple of years ago on a blogger trip to the region. So this is the Naupactus region, or Naupactia. It's very beautiful, lots of chestnut trees around here. See all these beehives on the side of the road. They've got some lovely tasting honey in this area. This last 200 metres of ascent towards the top has been pretty brutal. It's the first time I felt my ears sweating. It's always a first time for everything. I can't be too far off now. The peak is going to be at 1,300 metres. And then I've got about a 10 kilometre downhill to a place where I'm hoping there's a taverna open, and I'll take a 15-minute coffee break there. So then, it looks like I've reached the highest point of the day, which is 1,300 metres. There was also an intersection with some local mountain bike tracks. So this area has got some mountain bike trails. I need to update my old blog articles about it, so that other people that are interested in cycling in Naupactus can have a look and then come and visit. So rather than take a break at the top of the mountain, I think it just makes sense to rest on the bike. I believe it's predominantly downhill now for the next 10 kilometres, and hopefully if this taverna's open I will take a break there. So I think I'm on schedule at the moment to meet Delphi. I've got a quarter of the total elevation gain of the day out of the way, all within 10 kilometres, and let's just see how the rest of the day progresses. Descent has been absolutely incredible. It's just green everywhere. And how many places in the world can you just descend for 13 kilometres totally downhill? It's brilliant. And I've just seen one car so far. just a couple of kilometres away, if that. So this is where I'm hoping to take a break for 15 minutes. And then I'll carry on. After that, I think I'm going to be following a river valley along. Mainly flat, although it will be going slightly uphill, but compared to these super steep slopes, I don't think I'll even notice it. This is the village of Limnica. So I just stopped off in this taverna for a coffee. A little bit weird because I got the coffee from the lady and then she said, "Oh, I'm just off to a funeral." And I was like, "Really?" And yeah, apparently her aunt passed away in her sleep. So she just closed shop and went up to the funeral and left me here with a coffee, which is cool, but kind of strange. Anyway, there we go. I'm going to have the coffee and then 25 kilometres then until my next stopping point. And at that point, I'll be a little bit clearer as to if I can make it to Delphi or not. But things are looking very good so far. Cheers. 11:45, just leaving the taverna. So now I've got about another 25 kilometres to go to my next stopping point, which is just a random stopping point really, as much as anything else, although it would be nice if there was something there to eat. Should be predominantly flat along the way, maybe a slight uphill incline. Not too sure how long it'll take. It's been so long since I've cycled on the flat that it'll be kind of a novelty. Turning left here, and this is where it follows the river valley, so there could be some up and down, but I think it's going to be predominantly flat. Well, it felt that way on the map. Okay, well, not entirely flat then. More cows. I need to come up with more cow jokes. They look very moody. Another cow joke. They're admiring the scenery because it's very moving. This is really pathetic. Yeah, this road is far from flat. I'm still making reasonable time, but probably not going to make the next stopping point until, I don't know, 1:30 maybe. Perhaps a little bit earlier than that. That's a view. Looks like I might be about to cross a dam. So I'll see if I can get some pictures of the other side of it, which is where the water is. Yeah, I can just cycle to the other side of the road, there's no traffic. I'm going to swap to the other camera so that you can get a better view as well, but I'm sure you can see something from here. Just a couple of kilometres to go now until the place where I marked to stop. There's been a bit of up and down. I feel okay. So what I'm going to do is when I get there, get some water on board, get a few snacks, then work out my remaining time and then just see what's possible. Where I said I was going to stop. There's a little church here on the left. Really hope that this water fountain's got some water in it. Yes, it has. Awesome. Okay, time for a quick break. I more or less reached the point that I was aiming for, which when I looked at it on the map, I thought if there was any chance of a water supply, it would be kind of in this area, just because of the way that the topography was, and there is, which, trust me, is very much needed right now. So the time is 1:40. I'm over halfway if I'm going to go all the way through to Delphi, and I've got more than half of the elevation done, probably 2/3 of the elevation done. So I think I'll take 20 minutes here and then hit the road at 2. Theoretically I can get to Delphi by 7, but I'll see what happens. Resuming after that water stop, just plotted my route and it's 66 kilometres give or take, and that's heading towards a camping ground at Delphi, which is actually a little bit below Delphi, which might make it a bit easier. The bike fell over in the wind. The sudden gust of wind came from nowhere. I'm always a bit paranoid with derailleur bikes about the bike falling over. Everything seems to be fine at the minute though. So as it's just gone 2, and I think finishing at 7's a good time for cycling in terms of light. Gives me 5 hours, 66 kilometres. So I think I'll be looking pretty good. So because I'm starting to get a little bit tired, obviously, probably just stop every hour for 5 or 10 minutes, rest the legs and carry on. I don't need to break any records, I just need to get there. About to cross a causeway across the dammed river, and now I'm 53 kilometres and it's just before 3 o'clock. That was a really easy section of cycling. There will be some uphill and it's going to be right towards the end of the day though. The signpost just said that Amphissa was 37 kilometres away, and Amphissa is the town before Delphi, which by all accounts is, if you're going to visit Delphi on a day trip, don't hang around Delphi town for lunch, go to Amphissa instead, apparently. I don't mind Delphi town. Right now I'm cycling through the area that I could have chosen to wild camp in. It's farmland, looks like it's probably grazing, but yeah, it looks like there's plenty of wild camping places around here. It's like way too early to stop though. I think it's just gone 3 o'clock. So, and also I think I can make Delphi comfortably. Now that said, if I get caught out with a whole bunch of mountains I've not anticipated in the way, then I will just call it a day at like 6 o'clock or something, and then just camp wherever there is to camp. I should have enough water to last me through for the next day. Well, that's very useful. I was just thinking it would be nice to stop, and I found another shaded area with some water to stop by. 47 kilometres left till Delphi, and it's 3:10. Looks like this road was recently done up a little bit. Still not really any traffic though. A little bit of an uphill section to a crest by the looks of it. Bit of a stiff climb up this hill. There is an older road to my right hand side which is running lower down. I think that this road is to replace that one. I wonder if I should have just taken that lower road, but then it could just end in the middle of nowhere. So nearly there though from what I can see. Oh, that little uphill section slowed me down a bit. See if I can make some time up on the other side going downhill. It's nicely signposted from here anyway. I won't actually be going to Amphissa itself. There should be a little turn in before then where I can head towards Delphi. I can actually see the sea over to my right hand side. So there was an ancient procession route which led from the sea up to the mountains and into Delphi. I've been trying to avoid going by the coast as much as possible, so I think I can cut inland without going to the coast. Worst case scenario, I have to backtrack a little bit and head down to the coast and follow the main road, but if I can avoid doing that, I will. Looks like another little shaded area where I can take a break. Bang on schedule as well. Leaving that rest stop. It's 4:30 and 36 kilometres left to go. So even at 12 kilometres an hour, 3 hours. Get there for 7:30. Just enough light left to set the camp up. Well, hopefully I get there earlier than that. I don't know if you can make that out in front. That's wind turbines and solar panels all in one installation. Very good. Maybe there is hope for the future after all. Just coming up to the first town I've seen for a long time. I wonder if it's big enough to have a mini market that sells a can of Monster. That'd go down awesome right now. Big enough to have a mini market. Onwards we go then, about 28 kilometres left. comfortable, but in the long run I'm not sure it's done me many favours, because I'm going to need to replace all that height again. But well, it was good while it lasted, put it that way. So I'm going to look for somewhere just before the climb starts again to take like my last break, and then it will be up to the campground. Just a quick 5 minutes in the shade, 20 kilometres to go, and it's 5:20. I think at least 10 kilometres of that is going to be uphill eventually. So campsite for 7:30, 8 o'clock perhaps. On or not. It looks like this road will cut across the valley and then up to the main road, which I'm going to need to join. That I would dead end at some point, but this little shortcut seems to have worked. Looks like there's several campings in the area. I was heading to a different one, which is about 3 kilometres away, but if this one's open, I think I'm going to do it. Camping that I was heading for. I'll see what this first one's like. It's only for the night anyway. Although it would be handy if this one had somewhere to eat. Looks open. Let's see what it's about. That was a waste of time. They don't have any grass to put the tent on. Things like that at the end of the day are a real pain. It's 300 metres to get back out of that place on a road which first thing in the morning is nothing. I'm just looking at it and just anyway, looks like it's 4 kilometres to the next place. Starting to feel tired now. little bit frustrated as well. Always away at the end of a long day. Just got to keep your head and get on with it. But I made it in the end. Total daily spend was €70, and the lesson of the day is, you can do it. Thanks for watching, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, catch you in the next one.